but the way you talk about marriage and how people that are not into signing up for a bad deal are basically pussies makes me laugh. I think it's more so Jordan Peterson that drew that conclusion in the 3-part series that you had to pay to watch on the Daily Wire, which is linked in the description below. I dealt with that earlier in the year, in the last 12 months anyway, but the link is below in the description. If you haven't watched it, you should watch it. The entire series, the entire 3-part series that Jordan Peterson puts out talking about marriage is essentially man up, don't be a wimp, don't be hedonistic, take your vows, all that stuff. Point and sputter, basically. Let me see here. I had a DM from a friend on Twitter the other day. He was talking about, he was asking me about the Daily Wire thing. I'm not going to mention his name, but he's a very popular name. You know who he is. He says, Jordan's a crybaby. Let me see here. So one of the points that he made, which I thought was interesting, because these traditional conservative guys are like, do as I say, right? This works. Do as I say. This works. Do it. Do it now. Do it now, right? Sort of thing. So one of the things that he pointed out, which I believe is absolutely true because he experienced this, is 99% of women who were to get sick, let's say something like cancer, because I think Jordan Peterson's wife got extremely sick, when married to a man, don't want the kind of man who spirals down into a drug addiction, which he did because he had to go to, was it Russia to try to fix this, I think, is what Michaela's former husband brought them to Russia to deal with when she needs them the most. And he says this guy's very lucky to still be married to her. So anyway, there's that. In my view, I think you're going to see these Daily Wire guys, because they're in mostly recent marriages, like within the first 10 years. Let's see them all get to 20 years, right? Let's see if their wives stick around for 20 years. Let's see if any of them untie the knot. And I will admit that they have a much higher probability of having a successful marriage over a long period of time, because the Daily Wire is a successful, influential platform. It's a conglomerate. It's a group of a lot of these traditional conservative guys and gals. What's her name? Is it Candace Owens? She used to be Red Pill Black. She pivoted, she did her own thing, Red Pill Black, and then she hopped on the Daily Wire. This conglomerate of all these guys and gal, I think have legs, because they're all trying to keep the family strongly religious, adhering to the principles and protocols, whether it's Judaism or Catholicism or whatever it happens to be. They're all going to be very successful in the coming years. There's an appetite for what it is that they're talking about, anti-wokeness, anti-transgenderism, like the stuff that's counterintuitive to like the progressive message, which most people are getting, fed up with. It's crammed down everybody's throat. So I agree with the vast majority of what they're saying. It's just when they get to stupid areas that it's just man up and don't be a pussy. It's like, look, you guys are all multimillionaires. You're all successful. You're all drawing the attention and eyeballs of a large audience. And we know that women like, successful men that are doing something with their lives, putting a dent in the universe, that have the attention of people, where men want to be them and women want to be with them, sort of thing. Like they have some anxiety around it. So I think the chances of them having success over a very long term is probably greater than the average Joe. Okay. The average Joe watching their stuff doesn't have the same chances of being that successful. The average Joe are more than likely to be part of the stats that end up in the divorce stats or end up in a crap marriage where there's no love, between the two parties. There's disgust. I really hope you guys enjoyed that clip. If you want to watch the full-length podcast, you can find that over here, that clip's from. If you're newer to the channel, make sure you hit subscribe over here, and pin down below in the top comment, you'll find a bunch of useful links to my website, my supplement line, books, and a bunch of other stuff. Have an amazing day. Peace out.